Hello and welcome to another video. So I'm taking a pause on the Australia videos. I have still got some content left to come. However, I'm out on a ride with my mate Mike today. I'll leave a link to his channel. And yeah, we're doing a Fred Whitten training ride. So we're heading from where I live in Royton over to Winner's Pass, going up there, going up Mamtor, coffee stop, back home. Should be the 5.5 hours that we need to do. Mike's got the same trainer as me, so a coach, so we've yeah, we're on pretty much the same plan. However, today's video isn't about that. Today's video is a review, finally, on my Trek Madone. I'm going to cover quite a few things on today's ride. And Mike, who's also got a YouTube channel,
you right?
He's filming. And he's out on his, honestly, it's beautiful. He just had this S-Works Tarmac SL8 with full SRAM red, E1, which is D1.
No, D1.
D1, which is a previous generation. So I will leave a link to his channel and you can go and check out all the specs, because obviously I'm put this video into context as well. I'm also an ambassador for Trek. And yeah, I'll get into this, but at the minute we just stopped, have a wee break, and we're just up on the tops in Hyde, and that over there is Manchester City Centre. So yeah, I will come back to you in due course. But what an absolute gorgeous spring day, beautiful. So Trek Madone SL6 Gen 8. Let's start off with what I feel your initial thing with any bike, bar none. Your initial thing which gets you, which appeals to you, is the looks of the bike. I think it's the most, I won't say it's the most important factor, but it's the thing when something catches your eye, you go, oh, what's that? Then you start looking into it. And for me, there's no other bike out on the market as good looking as the Madone. I absolutely love the look of the Madone. Its tube shapes, its design. So the Isoflow on the back, no other brand out there has got this. And not only is it good looking, it's also functional. So it makes you more aerodynamic, and it also builds in some compliance there to make it more comfortable on the rear, which I really do like and appreciate when I'm out on the longer rides. Comes in 3 different colours, comes in black, white and red if you're in the UK. If you're in other parts of the world, you may find that they only do different colours. I know in Australia they only do it in black and white, they don't have the red version. And yeah, I really do truly like the look of the bike. It's got it all. The only thing, although I already had them anyway, was the wheels. Now, I didn't change them for looks, I changed them for the aerodynamics, and they were a lighter wheel set. But this bike is a good bike. Over time, you could warrant spending more money on it and upgrading, which I'll get into later on in the video. But for now, I'm going to enjoy this segment here, and I will come back to you in due course. What an absolute pearler of a day. This is the thing what riding's all about for me. However, anyway, so if you're looking at an SL6, there's a good chance that this is going to be your first interaction with electronic group set. And you've got 2 options on the SL6. You can go for the SL6, which comes with Shimano 105 Di2, or you can go for the SRAM axis, the SL6 axis, which comes with obviously SRAM. Now, I can't comment on the SRAM rival because I've never rode it. However, in saying that, I have been riding the Di2 since September, and in a nutshell, I love it. Now, I'm not going to go too much into detail about this because obviously there's far bigger YouTubers out there who do go in depth on it. But from my experience, I always said I'd never go to Di2 because I was happy with mechanical. And that's mainly down to the fact that I've taught myself to change cables and do indexing. So yeah, as I was saying, I've taught myself to do indexing and change cables on mechanical. And if you're keeping your gear cables and your outers clean, then there's nothing wrong with it. However, would I go back to it now after riding Di2? Absolutely not. No way. I love it. It's so easy, like you can change gear with your little fingers, and then it's got all programmable stuff, so when it comes set up as like a similar way to mechanical does. So your left side does your front mech, the right side does your rear mech. I turned on a while ago this feature on there called Synchro Shift, and what it does is I just change now with my right levers, so when it gets so far up the rear it changes down on the front and then drops it down 2 gears, and honestly absolutely love it. And you can customize that at the ratios what it changes at. Then alongside that, if you pair the Di2 system to your head unit, i.e. Garmin, it will give you, when you go into the, I'll pop something up here now from this ride. I cannot for the life of me find this data. I have looked through loads of different activities while I've been editing this and I cannot find it. However, on the YouTube app it does show you on there, so the data will be appearing here, and it does show you how long I've been using each gear ratio over the last, I think it's 300 hours it shows. But I know I've seen it on Garmin Connect where it shows you for that ride what gears you've been using, which is more relevant when you've been doing a hilly ride or a flat ride, on what gears you use the most, which you can base what gear ratios you want, so whether you want a bigger front chainring or a smaller one, etc. If you're enjoying this video, please do consider pressing the subscribe button. I always forget to mention it in there, but yeah, if you're enjoying the video, please do consider subscribing. Anyway, back to the review. But when you go into the Garmin, the stats, and you look at your stats, what power and etc, heart rate, what you've done on the ride, it'll also tell you which gears you've been using the most, which can be beneficial because then it can make you decide whether you'd like to upgrade from the 1134 to the 1136 or whether you need a bigger front chainring. Now the Di2, Shimano 105 Di2 on this comes with a 3450 on the front and then an 1134 in the rear. I've upgraded to an 1136 on this just to give me that better ratio on the climbs. And like I said, it's been working really well. But yeah, Shimano 105 Di2 in a nutshell, absolutely love. Although I would like to try the Axis version of the bike because I just love the way it looks. Let's talk about ride quality. So those of you who aren't aware, Trek used to offer in their lineup for road bikes, there's the Domani, which they still do, the Amonda and the Madone. So they got rid of the Amonda and they built after the Gen 7 Madone. They incorporated 2 bikes into one, so they made the Madone a climbing bike and also an aero bike. Now, I've got nothing to base this off because I've never had the Gen 7. However, according to Trek stats, it'll be popping up here because I forget, but this is faster than the Gen 7 and climbs as well as the Amonda. Now, we're just on our way to Winnett's Pass and I'm going to be doing it as a separate video. So I'm going to record, hopefully, as long as my battery lasts, I'm going to record going up there just to show you what it's like. And there is a few other videos I've done on this where I've gone up some really steep top 100 climbs and it's got me up them. It is a brilliant bike. It is really comfortable. It's smooth, it's fast. Now, a lot of people ask me about what size I ride, so I'm, depending what time of day it is, I'm between 6'1" and 6'2". Don't know what that is in centimetres. And I'm riding a medium large. Now, according to Trek stats, I should be on a large. However, the reach on it felt a little bit too long for me, so I got the shorter one which I'm really comfortable on. I have got the seat post set pretty much as high as it'll go. I think I've got maybe about 10mm extra where it can get me up. But I do find it really comfortable now. I am going to talk about upgrades later on. But in a nutshell, again, comfort-wise, I find it's brilliant. It's really comfortable. I've done 100-mile rides, like 5, 6, 7, 8 hour rides, and had no issues at all. It climbs really well. It goes like the clappers, and yeah, it feels really snappy as well in the corners. So when you put the power down, it's weird. When you put the power down, it constantly feels like it wants to go faster. It's like, give me more, give me more, give me more, which is a really nice feeling because it makes you feel like Tadej Pogacar. I know we're not, but for that moment on the bike, it gives you that feeling. And yeah, I really do like it. It's a really snappy, fast, racer, comfortable bike. That's just from my perspective anyway. Anyway, we're not too far from when it's past, so I'm going to gear myself up for this and I will come back to you very shortly. So I just wanted to add in here as well another little bit into its handling capabilities, its descending capabilities. It descends really well. It handles really good when you're going fast into corners going downhill. It just pins them corners really good, and it has actually built my confidence. Now, I'm not the most fastest descender in the world. I used to be really good, but then I had a crash a few years ago, so my confidence has been knocked with descending. But if you was to jump on this bike and you're a good descender, I've no doubt that you are going to go faster downhill on this bike because it goes really quick going downhill. So it's hard to put into words the climbing capabilities of this bike. Now, obviously, I'm a heavy rider and I've been riding for some time, and the position on this bike over bikes I've rode in the past is a lot better. It does feel really good. It puts you into a good position when you're climbing. It is a reasonably lightweight bike at the price point. Obviously, it's all about the power as well that you're putting out as a cyclist. But one thing that I have noted on this bike, and I still feel to this day, is how stiff that bottom bracket is. So with it having a stiff bottom bracket, you're not losing as many watts as you would do on something that's got a not so stiff bottom bracket. It propels you up the hill when you put the power down. It responds and propels you up the hill, and as a result, as I've already mentioned in this video, I've managed to do quite a good few top 100 climbs over like 20%, 25%, and in a few weeks I'm also going to be taking on the Fred Whitten on this, which I'm super excited about. But in a nutshell, the bike, it climbs really well. It's, like I say, it's hard for me as just a novice rider to put into my own words, but if you was to purchase this bike, I think you would be more than happy with it. So my battery's just gone, going up there, so I've not recorded it for a top 100 climb video. However, I did get up, although I nearly give up about 8 million times. That is one tough, horrible climb. When it's passed, I give it an 8 out of 10. Mike?
Tough cookie that, weren't it?
Yeah.
Tough cookie.
Yeah. Yeah, that was
To say we've done 51 miles and 6,500 feet and then do that, that's some going.
Anyway, obviously I'm going to get some charge in my camera and come back to this video. It's another day, and I ran out of charge last week, so I'm having to finish this video off here at Trek. So I've covered the handling, I've covered the looks, I've covered the 105 drivetrain. Last thing I need to speak about is the upgrades, what I've done so far, and upgrades that potentially I might do going forward. So these wheels from Strada, I'll leave a link here to when I got them, which I got before becoming ambassador for Trek. I had them for quite some time, so I've put them on because they are a lighter, faster wheel than the ones that you get on the bike, but there's nothing wrong with the wheels that you get. It's just obviously I've got them and I want to run them. So the tyres I've upgraded to the Pirelli P0 TLR, which you get on some of the higher end bikes with Trek. So the SLR, they all come with the Pirelli P0s on there. Then obviously I've put the water bottles on there because why wouldn't you? Yet they are an investment in the bike, but when you're purchasing the bike anyway, I don't see why, when the bike's designed for these aero bottles, where one, they look good, which is why I got them for the aesthetics, and two, it does make the bike more aero. I didn't get it for that because obviously I'm a unit on top of the bike, but aesthetics wise, I just think it looks clean. It fits in well, and yeah, it's the perfect addition to a bike. Comes in the alloy bars and the alloy stem. They are flared, so on the tops these ones are I think they're a 410, and at the bottom it's a 44. It'll be popping up here anyway what they are. And I've been debating for some time now, which would be a big investment, is the one-piece bar and stem. It makes it more aero. Apparently it makes it more comfortable. I've never actually run a bike with a one-piece bar and stem, and I just feel like this bike is calling for it. Obviously I've upgraded the saddle. Saddle's a personal preference. At the minute I'm running the Specialized Power. I am looking at another one. It's outdoors, it's great. It's when on the turbo, it feels like it's trying to rip me in half. But every saddle I've tried so far feels like that as well. But yeah, that's my review of the Madone SL6 Gen 8. Any questions, leave them down below. Alternatively, come down to the Manchester Trek store, where I'm sure the boys in here and ladies will be happy to help you. But yeah, until then, take care, ride safe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. I've literally just left Trek and I've just been thinking about my video like I do. And I feel like I've not done a summary. So in summary, if you're looking for your first Di2 bike, you want something that's fast, that can climb, that looks amazing, it handles really well. You're looking for a good backup with the service. Don't think you can go wrong with the Trek Madone SL6 Gen 8. Now, yeah, you could spend a little bit more and go for the SL7, but you might still want to upgrade the wheels, the handlebars. You might want to get the bottle cages. You could go for that, or you could just go all in and go for the SLR versions. But I don't think you need to upgrade it all in one time. If you bought this bike, it's a bike that over time you could warrant spending a bit more money on each time when you want to upgrade things. As things wear out, you could upgrade them and make the bike even better and make it more personal to you. Now, I am going to leave this video here because it's going to be a long one. Thanks for watching it and getting to this point in the video. If you've any questions, please leave them down below, or you could always send me a message over on Instagram. All my links to my social medias are down below. And yeah, as always, ride safe. Please do consider pressing that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye.